Hi, it's Patty. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to show you how to make this card, a hello card. It's a beautiful autumn card with the leaves. It's very easy to make. It has a little birdhouse there with some birds. It says hello, and on the inside, just thinking of you. You could leave it blank if you didn't want to have thinking of you. But this was really easy to make using the Life is Beautiful stamp set. I really love this tree at the birdhouse. And then you have leaves, and then you can make this snow if you wanted to, which I'm going to try to do for a winter card. So you can make these green, or you can make them fall colors, which is what I did today. So let's get started. I'm using Calypso Coral and Daffodil Delight. And I have a Calypso Coral background, or a card base, I should say. Now this stamp is very large, so I'm going to use my Stamparatus. You can use one of the bigger, what am I thinking, clear blocks, but I just thought it might be hard to really get my hands on it. So I'm going to take it off and get my Stamparatus, which I love, and I'll just open it up. And I'll put my piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to just line it up on the grid, and I'll put my magnet on it. Now these are kind of big, so you want to kind of drop it in place, and the photopolymer, you don't want to make it move too much. So if you just drop it in place here where you want it, I'm going to have it going off the page, and I'll just close the door, and when you press on it, we'll pick it up. Now I'm going to put this next to it, so when I ink it up, and let's just move it here. When I ink it up, I have something to lean on. So it is a little bit sticky, and I'll just pull it up, and it's because there's no ink on the stamp, so the photopolymer do get a little bit sticky, and this doesn't matter that it's exact. If I'm going to restamp it, it has to be exact, but the first time I'm okay. So I'm going to take the soft suede ink for my tree, and I'll just ink it up. So see, having the stamp set behind it keeps the door kind of flat and even, so it's not bouncing too much. So if you, well, let's put this down. If you wanted to make it darker, or if it didn't stamp very well, you could lift it up, and see the ink on it makes it less sticky. I could ink it up again and push it down again, but I'm happy with this. So I'm going to just take this and, oh, actually, let me leave it open because I want to do this other part. And I'm going to just keep stamping while I'm on this, the Stamparatus. So let me get, here it is, kind of the base of the tree, or the little area that the tree is sitting in, and I'm just going to stamp it off once and stamp it right down here at the bottom of the tree. So I stamped it off on scrap just to get a lighter color, and then we'll close this. So actually, let me do the hello. Might as well get it all done. All of the soft suede, and I love soft suede. For some reason, I didn't use it at first, and I was always doing early espresso, but I like the color of soft suede. It's a little bit lighter. So now we're going to take our Calypso Coral, and we're going to stamp the leaves, and I'm going to pull this off, and actually let me just keep working on this scrap, but away from here, and I'm going to actually take this with me. Let me just put this aside so it's out of the way. So when you're using photopolymer stamps in your Stamparatus, or even on your desk, it's good to have a foam pad behind it. So we'll just do that. And I'm going to stamp my leaves. So this is like this whole bunch of leaves here. And I'm going to stamp them down. And I'm just going to stamp them, and I'm not lining it up really, and I'm going to lift and stamp again to get a lighter shade. And they're just, I don't know, they're kind of all over the place, so there's no rhyme or reason. So that just gives you leaves all over the place, facing up, facing down. And now before I do the Daffodil Delight, let's just do a little pile. So I'm going to do the same thing here, lift it, and then over here, lift it. So we've got a pile of leaves on the bottom. And now let me just get my chamois and clean off my stamp so that I can use the Daffodil Delight. But isn't this easy? Very simple card to make. And I probably should stamp the inside before I cleaned it, but we'll get back to the inside. And then the Daffodil Delight, I'm just going to stamp it direct. I'm not going to lift and stamp it again. So I'm just going to ink this up and just stamp it. So now we've got some orange and some yellow. And I'm going to just go again. Isn't that pretty? Very simple. And then we want the pile of leaves. I guess somebody was raking the leaves. And I'm actually going to go right down here as well. Okay. Now I want to do the birdhouse. So the birdhouse, I wanted to be able to, I almost lost that there. And I have a little yellow on my hands, so I'm just going to clean it off. Okay. All right, so I want the house to be red, and I want it to hang from black, and I want some blue birds. So when you want to have different colors, you can use your Stampin' Write markers. These are the water-based, not the Stampin' Blends. And you're just going to color. So I'm going to draw the rope that it's hanging from, or the wire, in black. And I'll do the house in red. This is real red. So I'm just going to color the house. Just get it nice and colored. I'm kind of going over it a few times because I want it to be dark. Okay. And then I want to do the little bluebirds. So this is Pacific Point. And you could do yellow birds or a lighter blue, but I like this blue. So I'm just going to color these little birds. And then I'm going to breathe on it just to make sure that it's all moist, because I did a few different things. It's a small piece, so it probably doesn't matter as much. And that will just moisten the ink. And then I want to line up the top with the branch. And there we have it. It's a little crooked, but maybe the wind is blowing a little bit, right? But I think it's good. I like it, and I'm going with it. So now let's do the inside. And on the inside of this card, I just put the thinking of you and a bunch of leaves. So as I said, I probably should have stuck with the leaves before, but that's okay. So let's get the soft suede. And get that lined up on the grid paper. And just go right down there. And then we want to just add the leaves, the yellow and the Calypso coral. So we'll do this again. And actually, let me do the yellow first, because that's what I already have inked up. And then we'll add the Calypso coral. I just want to push this up because I will be going off. I just wanted, you know, piles along the bottom. And then we can clean this off. I took it out of the container so I could wipe my hand before. But I just keep my chamois in a stamp container. So you can buy these, and I think they come in a bulk of 4, or you could just use an old container if you have one. And we'll just add the Calypso coral right over here. And I'm going to do it twice. I love to stamp off and get the effect of the lighter color. So isn't that pretty? And then all we have to do is put the card together. Very simple, but I think it's really pretty, and I can't wait to do a winter card. I think I may try to heat emboss with white or something like that. We'll have to figure that out. So let's get our liquid glue, and we'll just put a little bit on. Get it all nice and straight and even. Oh, look at that. I'll have to put some leaves there. I must have ink on me. Oh well. That's what happens. I'll have some leaves falling on the side or something like that. I'm just going to put this in 4 dots here. And lay this down. So let me try, look at this, I got it in there too. I have to clean my hands. Let me try, while we're here, I am going to just get this and line it right up here and see if we could fix this. See if it will work. I'm going to just have some leaves falling on the side. Let me know what you guys think. So I'm going to actually make it light. I don't know about that. Let's get some yellow. We're going to patch this thing up. You know, you could always add a little embellishment or a little something to fix things up. So I'm just putting the paper underneath it so I don't get it on the card base. I like this one better. I'm not too crazy about this, but it's kind of a save. Which one do you like better? Probably this one. I need to get the ink off my fingers before I touch white cardstock, right? Do you ever do that? I'm sure you all do. But anyway, these are the cards. I love this stamp set. I think it's really very pretty. I like the sentiments in it. And the birdhouse is very cute. So thanks for joining me, and come back for my next video. Have a good day. Bye.